time to continue our college football win total series, and we are still in the Mountain West, and we are with New Mexico. And New Mexico has been bad for a long time. We go back to 1998 when Rocky Long took over. He started with a three-win team. Then they won four, five, then six in 2001. And then starting in 2002, he went to five bowls in 6 years. The only year he missed, he was 6-5 that year. I mean, now in 2024, that'd be a bowl team again. Finished though in 2008 with a 4-8 record, and they bring in Mike Locksley, and the bottom falls out. 1-11, 1-11. His last year in 2011, he goes 0-4, gets fired. They finish 1-11. Bring in Bob Davie. He wins 4 wins, 3 wins, 4 wins. Finally, in 2015, New Mexico's back in a bowl. They go 7-6. They lose the New Mexico Bowl. They go 9-4 the next year with the New Mexico Bowl win, but then it's 3 wins, 3 wins, and 2 wins. They bring in Danny Gonzalez. Danny Gonzalez wins 2 his first year, 3 his next year, and then finally last year was kind of the end of it all for Danny Gonzalez. They opened the season in 2023 with a loss at Texas A&M before beating Tennessee Tech. They lose against their rival New Mexico State before beating UMass, and then they open conference play at Wyoming, San Jose State, both losses. They beat Hawaii, lost to Nevada, UNLV, at Boise State. Then they would beat Fresno State in a huge upset, but then lose their last game of the year in double overtime, home against Utah State. In comes Bronco Mendenhall. Bronco Mendenhall has turned around programs. We know him from BYU and the University of Virginia. His first year at BYU was a 6-6 campaign, but he made a bowl, but turned things around right after that. 11 wins back-to-back years. He would win. He would go to a bowl game every single year. His worst years after that were both 8-5 years in 2012 and 2013. Leaves after the 2015 season, heads to UVA where they went 2 games their first year. They make 3 straight bowl games, culminating in an Orange Bowl in 2019. He is hoping to fix this New Mexico program, and it's going to start with the offensive line. All 5 starters are going to be upperclassmen, but they're all transfer portal guys. Jawan Singletary comes in from Georgia. He should be the best of the bunch. They also bring in Wallace Unamba from Florida Atlantic. They did lose their top rusher in Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt. He ran for over 1,100 yards last year, but Andrew Heaney and then transfer Javon Jacobs should help fill that hole. Devon Damper has to be a better quarterback, though. He got mixed in there some last year, threw for 525 and 6 scores, no picks. Finished 3rd on the team in rushing. He should be the top quarterback this year. In the receiving core, it's going to start with Caleb Medford. He had 551 yards receiving last year. They also bring in a bunch of transfer portal guys and a bunch of backups who have been untested. They have some good parts, but it's not all together yet for the offense. The defense was awful last year, though. Not only could they not stop the run, they had no pass rush. They had 15 sacks last year. They bring in a USC transfer, Dejon Benton, to hold down the middle of the offensive line. Devin Brant Epps comes in from ODU. Okoko Olorufumi comes in from Weber State. It's a huge overhaul in the defensive line, all transfers. They lost their top middle linebacker. They bring in some transfers there. The secondary was all right last year. But again, another situation, they brought in transfers. Noah Avenger comes in from San Diego State to help with that. They still bring back Christian Ellis and Derek Moore. When we look at their schedule this year, though, it's tough. They open up August 24th against 24th against Montana State. And by all rights, that should be a win, but it's really a toss-up because New Mexico's not good, but Montana State's a quality FCS school. They lost to an FCS school recently. That should be a toss-up. August 31st, they're at Arizona. Arizona's rebuilding, but that should be a loss. They have a bye before they're going to Auburn on September 14th, another loss. September 21st comes in Fresno State, or Fresno State comes in, probably a loss. They have their big rivalry game September 28th at New Mexico State. I'm going to put that in the coin flip category. That rivalry game, if it was at the end of the year and you had a 1-10 New Mexico versus a 10-1 New Mexico State, it would still be a tight game before the bye. October 12th, they're going to lose to Air Force. They'll lose at Utah State. October 26th at Colorado State's kind of a toss-up, but I think Jay Norvell has things going right there at Colorado State. November 2nd, they play Wyoming, probably a loss. They're at San Diego State November 9th. If San Diego State's figured out their offense by then, that should be a loss. Washington State's the 16th of November, probably a loss. And they have a bye before heading to Hawaii to end the year. Win totals are all over the place. You have an over and under of 2.5 at FanDuel with the under juice. DraftKings sitting at just an over under of a flat 2, whereas Caesar has over under 1.5. I think at best this is a 2-win team, but I really don't have a good lean on the over or under. I think this is just flat 2 wins. I could see this being 1, probably more likely than 3. Not going to take the 1.5 on Caesars on the over. That's at minus 200. What we're going to do is we're going to head to FanDuel. We're going to take the under at minus 142 on this squad. If you like the content, make sure to like and subscribe, share this with your friends, and definitely check out our next video as we continue our Mountain West series.